Episode 22. Here we go.
Wait, sorry?
Ladies and gentlemen, live from tbriz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
Yes. Hey. All right, everybody, welcome to the Adult Baby Show podcast. My name is tbriz. I'm one of your hosts. Here are the other two hosts.
I'm B.
And I'm Chic.
We are the Adult Babies, and this is episode 22.
Deuce, motherfucker.
Deuce in your shoes.
I like it. Look it up.
A deuce. A deuce. A deuce. A deuce.
22 twos.
Dropping deuces on them.
Dropping deuces.
What's up, guys?
How you guys doing?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I'm having a good week. Not really.
Good, great, grand.
I'm having an awful week.
Are you really?
Guys, can I just be perfectly honest with you?
Please be.
for a
Yeah,
minute?
be honest.
First of all, I just said that and it reminded me of this stupid-ass YouTube commercial where these guys walk around their apartments and their mansions with their Lamborghinis in the background, and they try to tell you, like, here's the secrets to wealth. And there's the one where this guy walks around his mansion and he goes, "Can I just be perfectly honest with you?" And I'm watching the YouTube video and I'm just like, yes, well, please do. And I realize how powerful that phrase is. Try it out. Try this on this week. When you want to talk to somebody, you want to get their attention right away. And also you want to set it up that you're about to be very genuine and vulnerable with them and have their full attention and possibly their empathy.
Yeah.
Just go, "Can I be perfectly honest with you?"
Because you had you said that you had all my attention and empathy.
I did?
At once. Yeah. I was
I
ready.
don't have much empathy, but you had my attention.
Yeah. He doesn't have much attention either, but
You had one of it.
So you had something.
You had something. Yeah.
He's over there playing on his cell phone while I'm saying this. What are you looking at there?
I'm
What's
not
that a
looking.
picture
Oh,
of?
it's just.
I sent you guys a text out of something.
You hear what he started? Oh, okay. Sorry.
What? Say
What did I do?
I don't know. I was just going to make fun of Chick.
I didn't even
do it.
say anything. I
wasn't even looking at anything. And then he looks at his phone and he goes, "Oh." Like, I was. I forgot.
looking.
Like, he just forgot.
We saw him.
Can I just be perfectly honest with you guys? I'm not having a great week. I haven't been good for a few weeks. I'll go through a breakup.
Yeah.
And I try to pretend like I'm doing all right, but I'm not doing all right.
You're not.
I'm struggling on a daily basis. I am. And it's easy to pretend and be like, "Oh,
Yeah, life's great, man.
You want to know what I did last night? I drove by myself to the beach, sat in my car for 3 hours and stared at the ocean and stared at boats going by and listened to music and just stared.
In the rain.
In the rain, in the thunder.
Was it raining?
It was actually
Now,
really
you know
cool
what?
night.
This thing actually doesn't even bother me. I think that's pretty cool. My only thing is because you're sober now, you can't. Like if I was you, I would do that and smoke, and it would be fine.
But if you weren't smoking, it wouldn't be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who the fuck wants to sit in the parking lot looking at the beach sober?
Probably better sober than
Me, I feel
I don't
awful. I needed to
Well,
meditate.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So
yeah.
you sort of meditated out there. Or did you?
Yeah, what did you do
do
out there?
Let's
You
see.
have this smirk on your face like you're up to something.
Yeah, talk to us.
Because there's
what
things
was
that I
going-
did that I'm embarrassed that I wouldn't want to
You know
talk about
what?
on this podcast.
Just talk about
Because
it.
basically, I didn't do anything as far as actions go. All right,
you?
I did do some things.
Did you attack?
You know what I did? No, cause we're doing this thing where we're having no contact rule, and we're not supposed to talk to each other for 90 days.
You and
Then my ex.
Okay.
You guys
girlfriend.
you set this up like mutually, like 90-day, no contact.
It was more of her idea, but
I'm sorry to laugh.
so what I did was I was sitting there. I'll be honest, this beach isn't just any beach. It has sentimental value. It's like where
boy.
we went on a picnic once.
Oh, all right, here we
God.
go.
You're
Yeah.
pulling at my heartstrings.
B, you look emotionally.
Yeah, because I'm
Affected
invested
by
in this.
I got this smile from fucking ear to ear.
Chicks is like thriving off of my misery right now.
Because
B's
this
like
is something
feeling-
I would do.
Yeah.
I am feeling this a lot. Like this is something I would personally do.
This is embarrassing to talk about, but I'm
No,
gonna
don't be
I'm gonna share it.
embarrassed.
I'm gonna
Share.
share it with you guys
Should
I'm.
share it.
You know why? 'Cause I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you
Please.
guys. I sat there and I couldn't help but think about the memories of those moments that we had while we were there. So this is so for lack of a better word, not to be offensive to the homosexual community, this is so gay.
Yeah.
What I did was very gay.
No, you know what you did?
But it's not.
No, it's not,
So
though.
I started doing Instagram stories that had subliminal messages directed to her because we're not allowed to contact each other. But I said, well, she sees my Instagram story. That's not really contact. And she'll know this one's for her.
Did she
So
see it?
I did it. Yeah, she did. I was obsessively, after I put the story out and I
Looking to see if she
broadcast it out, it tells you who looked. And I kept loading it. No views, no views, no views, no views. I'm like, God damn it, when's she going to look at it? I think I might have codependency issues too, but
You know
that's
what
up
it
for a
is,
whole.
though?
That's
what it
that's
is.
for my therapist.
No. We'll talk about it
That's
real
for my
quick.
therapist.
You don't have to, it's easy to go back and look at all the good memories, but you know what? You just got to keep in mind the bad memories.
Why? What is wrong
That
with
is
you?
such a
It's such a chick way to look
yeah.
at things.
look at all the bad stuff.
Here's his. You know what? You think about your relationship like this. It probably sucked anyway.
Yeah, probably sucked. There's a way to look
You know, it's
back.
messed up because I look back at it and I'm like, no, he should just be doing him and worrying about himself and forget this broad. And that's it. Just remember, for every good memory, there was probably 3 bad ones.
I don't think that's a healthy way to look at stuff. I think like you really need to like take it all in, whatever good and bad. Like
Right.
it's okay to reflect on the good times. Like you've lived you had a life with her.
Not
gotta
when
re-
it's getting to him.
Well, listen, you got to reflect on
Well-
both. I think it's a point in time to be perfectly honest with myself.
Yes.
I have to sit in that car and say, Taylor, to myself, can I be perfectly honest with you?
Yes.
Or and I think to myself, where did it go wrong? What was my fault? What was the fault? What was the problem? Is this salvageable? What is this? And it's a thing about life. It's that self-reflection, not just to assume I'm always right, so let me figure out a way to make it so I'm always right and be mad at these things and this and that, but some honest reflection. Just sit there for 3
Looking
hours
at yourself.
and just kind of listen for answers instead of make them up in my head. As I could easily make
There's
up any
nothing
story
gay
I
about
want to
this.
try to make myself feel better.
I really like this, and I do a lot of this myself. I do a lot of like self-reflection stuff, and I honestly believe it's made me like a happier person.
I agree 100%.
You're trying to be a better person.
But you,
No. Don't tell me I'm not happy and don't
I know you're
assume
not.
things.
But you also, your default is like
Yeah, no one's perfect,
the
B.
shitty things. But like it's good to reflect on both sides.
I do reflect on both.
So
And
this
all I'm
is
saying
help-
is I don't let the negative ruin me anymore. What I do is I'll use a relationship. You know what? Just because you had good times doesn't mean that you should be together. And you can't be miserable
That's
when
right.
you're not. You can be good by yourself, Taylor. You don't need anybody.
But it's
good.
also and you
Stop
are.
being codependent when you don't need anybody. You're a grown ass.
But it's also
man, you'll be
healthy to
all right.
look-
I may or may not be in that realm, and with some things and not. And it's not all about that. And that's what part of the self-reflection is about, to try to figure things out and to
Exactly.
try to listen for answers and try to let this thing kind of figure itself out.
Let the answers come to you. They will. They always do.
Yep.
That's the way people don't listen to themselves enough.
Exactly.
And then it gets them. I do it, and we all do it.
I think
you
I'm
just sort of think of the first thing. It's tough.
There's a difference between being honest and feeling the pain when it's meant to be felt. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I
That's
think
a good way to put it.
a human doesn't want to feel pain.
No.
So it's easy for someone, I'll use myself as an example. It might be easier for me to just say, you know what? I don't like feeling like this. So I am going to focus on the bad things. And then I'll just be angry. And then I don't have to feel sad anymore because now I feel angry. And now I'm mad at everything. Chick. So
Fuck you.
so it's really more about honesty. It's
I just
about
don't have time for bullshit.
I sat there to try to really be honest and just like sit somewhere and sit through it.
Did you feel better when you left?
Yeah, I did actually.
That's
But
Feel
all that
all
matters,
the feelings.
also there was a secondary motive to this, which is a little bit
That's
also
why I'm gonna say
embarrassing
he
to
had
admit.
some sinister
Okay, go
looks on
on.
his face.
Well, I also then realized when I was posting my Instagram stories that I did have a double motive. And I also was thinking, well, maybe she'll see where I am in this
show up.
post and like show up. Yeah, this crazy, I'm a crazy person. I have crazy things. And I knew the part of me knows like that would never happen. But then there's a little voice that says,
maybe.
yeah.
Never know.
Did you wait a little extra longer than you should have waiting?
Well, that's why he waited
I'm so
3
embarrassed
hours.
to admit that, yes.
So that 3
I just
hours
sat
is
there.
really 6.
But the other part of it was like, well, what else am I going to do? And,
Yeah.
and this is good for me. I just need to sit here and just go through it and feel the way I feel.
I love being by myself,
Feeling all
doing
the
things
feelings.
like
I'm feeling all the feelings.
Feel all the feelings.
Feel
I
them.
think that is very good. We all should do more of that.
B, it feels good for you to also be feeling my feelings. Just keep feeling them. Feel my feelings for me. They feel good.
This is the kind of stuff that I really like. Like I
You see, you should have just seen Chick's face. Sorry, I do.
Whatever.
I like it too.
sorry. That's the kind of like I like that sort of stuff. I think it's.
What are
good.
you just assuming that I can't do that?
Yes.
Yes, you are a cold-hearted human being. Do you know
I am
this?
cold. I am.
You are cold.
Just by your first reaction.
because you don't want to feel the feelings.
No, I feel all the feelings.
No, the last
Right.
episode we had a story about you losing your job, and
I was fucking 17.
Hey, I was feeling the feelings at 17.
he's right. He was 17 in that story, so
Yeah.
I'll stop there. You
Well-
got me. You got me. You win.
I was alone this past weekend as well at one point.
Were you?
Yeah.
This
I'm
is
alone
this,
every night. Get over it,
This
guys.
is a
You
perfect
guys are
transition.
fine.
I'm glad.
Jesus
See,
Christ.
sometimes these things just work themselves out because
So-
I was alone, and this is what I decided to do when I was alone. I didn't want any company.
Yeah.
I didn't want to seek anybody else.
I
I'm still.
very rarely want company. I get high and watch a movie
He
when
thinks
I'm
we're
Yeah,
alone.
talking
Chick, we're
about
not
him.
talking about you. Why does he think we're
I don't
talking
know.
about him? It's
I
so
don't know.
obvious, too.
Don't you
it's
know where
because
we're going?
everything's a Chick. You were so. All right. Yeah. He doesn't know where we're going with this, B. He has no idea. So this is what I do.
Fucking whip it out, bro. Fucking. Wee, wee.
We're gonna have to get that thing quicker.
Yeah, I know.
You need to like.
It's
I need
not
a
good.
slide.
Put it up here.
I need
You're
a
gonna make
slide
fun
with
of me.
Put it
You
up
better
here
do it
so
better.
it's right in front of
Yeah,
you.
if you're gonna fuck
Sorry.
with me, do it better.
So
yeah, you were alone.
So I'm
this-
alone and I'm feeling this way, and I don't want to seek out any companionship. I don't want to hang out with anybody. I tend to isolate. I just wanted to go and sit there and do my thing. And then while sitting there doing my thing, I start doing these other little weird things
Yes.
like, let me try to contact her, but not contact her.
We've all
Like,
done
it's-
that.
Yeah, I think we all have. Yeah,
Everybody's
most
guilty
of
of
us
that.
did that like
I mean-
in high school.
Hell yeah.
Like the little puppy love romance.
Curb Your Enthusiasm brought it up, but the accidental text on purpose is such a real thing.
I love it. I
We've
do
all
that all
done
the
it.
time. I still
Oh my
do
God, yes.
So B, you were kind of
So-
in that boat. You were alone. And
Yeah,
what did
so-
you do?
I'll tell you. So like, we do have a different way of doing this because I like to be alone too, and in my thoughts. But I like to be around people too.
Yeah.
So like, I like to be at a place and just like sort of take everything in. And
Seclude yourself in public.
I seclude myself in public. Yeah, I like that. If I talk to somebody, fine. But I really enjoy like just sort of people watching and getting a feel for what's going on around me. So
So creepy.
yeah, maybe.
I don't think so.
You know
but
what?
That's
Whatever.
funny though.
At least I'm around people. You're like sitting in a car by
No,
yourself
I'm not.
watching Netflix.
Yeah, you sit on the side of your house and watch
my
Netflix
backyard.
for hours smoking pot.
So
Boom.
On the side of your parents' house. Let's add that
back.
word in there to make it sound even more pathetic.
So what? It's not like I don't live there.
no, you live there.
So it's my house too.
How much rent do you pay there? All right, moving on.
He's negative. He's a negative rent.
That answers that question.
I'm a
Actually,
negative.
they probably give him fucking
Yeah.
money while he lives
I
there
owe
too.
you. This is a keeper.
All the money he owes them, he could buy them a second house. And,
Yeah. Chick has a job and he makes money. I have reason to believe that the majority of that money goes to gambling debts and marijuana, and then
Don't gamble anymore.
gambling debts
Fair enough.
that have been
True.
sitting
Yeah.
around
True.
yeah.
True.
hovering over your head
That is
for
true.
years.
There is one that I'm still
Is it? Well,
working on.
we don't have to get into that.
No.
I'm just busting your balls. But
I just
So
like to
anyway-
lay
Yeah.
it all out there. I'm truthful.
back to B.
So I went to I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do this new open mic. They had a new club open in Brooklyn, right across from the Barclays Center.
What's the name of it?
It's called Eastville. It used to be in the East Village, and they shut down a few months ago, and then they reopened in Brooklyn. And a lot of times I'll take the train there on the weekends, so it's easy to get to because it's right by Atlantic Station.
Is it full of hipsters?
Well, I did send you that one picture that day when I was walking.
Oh, that was from the same place.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was that night. So yeah, I go in there. The mic was good, and then it was an early mic though. So my next mic was at 10 o'clock or 10:30 or something at this other place in like closer to Williamsburg. So I went over to Williamsburg, and there's this bar that is in Williamsburg that's like a known hookup bar. Like it's called Union Pool.
What's a hookup bar?
It's basically a place that like apparently a lot of there's like a article in the New Yorker about it. I sent you guys the article, and it's basically a place. It's like a big
It's like
outdoor
a singles bar.
Maybe it's more of like a summer place that a lot of people end up hooking up at because it's like a bar inside, and then you walk outdoors.
Can I just read the title of the article you
Yes.
sent me? Because
I don't even think that's the main article. That's like an article about it because it stemmed a bunch of stuff about it.
I'm
But read
thinking, I'm sitting here thinking what I think everybody think it is. Chicolo has to ask the question, what is a hookup bar?
Yeah.
Even though it seems like the obvious answer. It's a bar where people go to hook up or try to hook up or have a hookup. But this title gives it a whole different feel. It says, how Union Pool became the horny utopia of 2000s Williamsburg.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Dude,
there's a hookup bar and now there's a horny utopia.
You should
It sort of puts it on another level.
you should like take a look, like Google that Union Pool, and you'll see like a bunch of like weird articles about like it's the meat market for. It's just
I
like,
gotta go to this place. Jesus,
Yeah, we'll
what
go.
am I missing out?
There's a lot of weird, hipsters and shit there.
You
So
gotta get past the hipsters.
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta
But
trim the fat.
there's an inflatable pool in
Yeah.
this picture, like one of the inflatable ones for like the larger size inflatable ones, maybe
I
like
would
10
just wanna
feet by
pop
10
that
feet
shit.
with
Yeah.
people in it in,
Yeah,
in the
people-
bar, like it's like an outdoor patio.
So yeah, that's why
Brooklyn
that's
outdoor
why
patio.
the way it's set up, like it's easy to like meet other people and talk to other people because you walk in and it's like this divey bar, and then you go through these doors and there's like this big patio. There's a food truck out there. There's like another separate bar. There's just tons of places to sit, and there's another area you can go, and they have music every night.
Interesting.
Just an interesting place. So I was like, you know what? The place I'm going to is like right down the block. I decided, let me check this place out, see what it's all about. I'm there alone. So yeah,
He's going to
of course I have ulterior motives.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
He just wants to go check the place
You
out.
go check it out.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
go check
what
it
it's
out.
all
Let me
about.
see the infrastructure here. So I walk in.
This is the horny utopia of Williamsburg that I've read so much about.
So
Love the decor.
here's another embarrassing thing. I did meet a comedian, this girl at like one of these other mics, and we kind of hit it off. And she said she had said like that's where she hangs out. She's like, come by, that's where I hang out. And
That's where I fuck.
so that I kind of she probably does.
You were like, maybe she'll be there.
Yeah,
You know?
so like that
And
was
if
in
she
my head.
is,
Yeah, she's
I
gonna
know
be
why
there
she's
slurping
there.
and burping.
Come on, that could be my future ex-wife. So I go in there, and I'm there. I had a couple beers. I'm sitting down like outside. I'm sort of just. It was a beautiful night. I'm just enjoying like people watching, and I have like an hour to kill. So this kid next to me, 22-year-old young kid, he looks at me and he goes. He like mentions. He asked me a question. Like something weird, like do you work around here? Do you live around here? You come here often? Like, and I was like, I kind of ignored him, and then
Yeah, that sounds like one of
trying
those.
to pick
Hey,
you up.
I forget-
excuse
You
me,
come here often?
Yeah.
young stud. Do you come here often to the horny utopia? Often?
no, you know what? He didn't say that. I was trying. He asked me what I was drinking,
don't butter
and I
it
was
up
holding
now.
a Tecate.
You were holding a what?
A Tecate. It's a can of beer. So
What's that face, Chick?
I never heard of that one before. I thought it was some fucking flambe drink.
right, I know.
I'm
I
holding
know.
a Tecate.
I'm holding it to Kate.
It's like a Corona, but it's like a Mexican beer.
Mexican style. I know
They come in
Tecate.
cans. I'm like, yeah.
No, I get it. I'm not a drinker.
You know what's funny?
Thanks for derailing it anyway.
To hear the name Tecate does make it sound a
does.
little flamboyant.
It does.
But if you
Tecate.
see the can and you saw the drink,
Yeah.
then you get a whole nother image.
Yeah, it's
of it.
very.
Alright.
It's not fancy.
It's like a Modelo
Sorry to
type
derail
thing.
you.
It was like a $3 can of Tecate.
Sorry to derail your
Tecate.
story, Brendan.
That's okay. So this guy starts talking.
Brandon.
Did you think he was hitting on you? Did you
I
think
didn't
he was
know
trying
what
to
he
pick
was.
you up?
Yeah, well, I didn't know. In my head, I'm like, what?
Were you flattered?
He asked me a little bit.
He definitely was.
So, but no, I pretty much ignored him off the bat.
Right.
Because he goes,
Playing
"What are
hard
you
to get."
drinking?" And I said Tecate, and I held up the can, and then I sort of went back to like looking around. I was like, "That was weird," and then he asked me another question. And the questions kept coming where I was like, all right, what's going on here? What is going on? I'm like, I go to this hookup bar where I'm supposed to meet girls, and this 22-year-old kid is now talking to me.
Hey, you're a cougar to him.
B's thinking, I go to this bar and this trying to meet girls, and this 22-year-old stallion won't leave me alone. That's just his internal dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, look
So
at
he
this man meat.
We finally start talking. I reserved it. I'm like, you know what? I'm alone here. He's alone. Let's hang out. We'll hang out. So I'm like,
You made a new friend.
yeah, I made a new
Ah,
friend.
good. He goes to a hookup bar and makes a male friend.
So I go. Look at this. I'm like, hey man, what's your name? He goes, I'm Cole. And I'm like, oh, I'm Brendan.
Did you say, oh man, I wish you had a cheesy comment like, oh, that's cool, Cole. Cool.
But here's where the story takes a twist.
Oh, God.
So he goes.
This is where the story takes a
yeah.
twist.
Oh yeah. So he goes.
This is like an M. Night Shyamalan flick.
Yeah.
Like an LGBT fucking M. Night Shyamalan flick.
So he goes, I'm going to be honest with you, Brendan. I came out here tonight to do 3 things. Which is a 2 episodes in a row?
What the fuck?
God.
I have an issue today, man. I just
There's
keep
a lot of
coffee just
fluid
keeps
coming out
shooting
of it.
out of my nose every
Stop
time he
drinking
talks.
when he's talking.
I can't help it. I love this. It's delicious coffee. It has caramel creamer in it.
Yeah, we didn't see it. It's all out.
Sorry,
Shoots out your
podcast listeners. In the last episode, this episode, I keep laughing while B's talking and shooting coffee out of my nose.
By the way, you're not even laughing at any of like my jokes. It's just like the setup.
It was a funny word.
Setups are better than the jokes.
It was a
What can we
funny
say?
sentence. All right, sorry, go ahead.
That might be true. So he says I come out here for 3 things tonight, and I'm already like, oh
See, that's
great.
funny. As my brain is imagining what those 3
yeah,
things
those
could
Right,
be.
yeah.
things are-
Oh, here, this is going to get
here we
good,
go.
guys. Here we go. Brace
Yeah.
yourself.
1,
3
he's
things.
gonna talk to me. 2, he's gonna have sex with me. 3rd, he's gonna skin me. I'm like, oh, good. Tonight's the night I get turned into work gloves.
Put the lotion in the basket.
So what he says, he goes, so I have social anxiety. My ears perk up.
Yeah.
I say,
Oh.
he goes,
so do I.
He goes, I came out tonight with the
You may have
intent.
found your soulmate. He's starting to think.
He tells me I come out tonight with the intent of starting a conversation
Come
with
out of the
somebody.
closet this week?
Shut up. So his intent for the night was to, 1, start another conversation with somebody because he goes out, he's new to town, and he's like socially awkward like I am, and he doesn't know how to, but he wants to talk to people.
Right, that's good. So he did number 1. He was brave.
He was
and he just
brave.
went up to somebody to start a conversation.
And right away, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like connecting with him. I'm like, me too. I'm like, I don't go up to talk to people. I was hoping you'd be a woman. But he goes,
He just doesn't even realize right now he has feelings for Cole.
so he goes, so then the next thing Cole says is he goes, yeah, I'm 22. I've never had a girlfriend. I'm awful with talking to girls, and the other thing I need to do tonight is I'm not leaving here until I talk to a girl. I'm like, all right.
So then 1, 2, 3, he had 3 things. What was 1, 2, 3? Just real quick.
The 3rd was get a phone number. He wanted to get somebody's phone number.
1 was just start a conversation.
Yeah.
2 was
2 was to
Talk to a girl?
to like introduce himself, talk to a girl,
and 3 was to get a phone number.
and to get a phone number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you were number 1.
I was number 1 on the list.
Something tells me B's going to be number 3 too.
Well, thank you for that. So anyway,
You're an idiot.
He goes.
I'll tell you later.
He goes. He goes. Yeah, I want to talk to a girl. So I'm like, do you have anybody that you think is cute here? And right away he does. He's like, yeah. See those girls that are sitting at that table by the taco truck? I'm like, uh huh. He goes, I think I'm going to talk to them. I'm like, we're going to do it right now. And he goes, you'll come up with me? I say, you're damn right I'm coming up with you.
Wingman.
But what I do is I lead him there, and then I take 2 steps back, and I take a Snapchat picture of him. Just for the podcast, so we can look
Piece
back
of
at it.
shit.
And I sent it to you guys.
So you weren't lying, because it's like one of those things where you say the first half of the sentence
Yep.
and think the other half.
But
So
I was-
you say, "You damn right, I'm coming with you," and then switch to inner monologue to take a Snapchat picture of you talking to these chicks from my podcast. Jack.
But I also told him, I said, but I'm going to make you do it. I'm going to make you do it. And
Yeah.
I kind of like threw him into the fire. And
That's
he did
good.
it.
He needs that.
And he got
It's a mentor, right?
the
now.
girls talked to him for a few minutes, and then they sort of, weren't interested.
Right.
So he came back.
What was the conversation like? Did you hear what he said to them? What was
No,
his
because
first
I was too
words
busy
to them?
taking pictures of him.
You're too busy mocking him
Yes.
from the background.
Yes.
Whereas he thought you were going to be there for emotional and
Support.
physical and moral support.
No.
You were actually there taking pictures so we could make fun of him
Yeah.
on our podcast later in the week.
Everything I do, I do it for this podcast.
Gold. That's fantastic.
That's perfect.
Thank you for doing that
You're
for
welcome.
us. But so you don't know what he said to them?
No, I think it was generic.
What does this guy look like? Is he? Would you say is he
He's
an
tall, dark, and
attractive
handsome.
man?
Yeah.
He's tall, dark, and handsome.
He's very tall.
Like, would you think when he walks up to these girls, does he already have it going for him that you think they'll think, oh, he's kind of good, or do you think he's got it where he has to bring the personality? Because otherwise, first look is going to be, he's all right, but when he starts talking, maybe, oh, okay, he's selling himself.
Okay, I do. If I would have been more honest with him, I would have some thoughts on what he could have looked like better.
What he could have looked like better.
He had a nice face. Good. This is
I
weird.
can't even listen
Good
to
haircut.
this.
He had a good haircut.
Good haircut. What's the haircut? What are we talking? Like one of those?
Like parted down, like I don't know, like a handsome fella haircut. I call it.
He's got a-
Nice.
like when
gel.
you, so like when you go to
He is very into this
chick,
guy.
shut up. Your comment,
Oh.
that means nothing. So when you walk into the barber shop and you go to your bar, he goes, what would you like this week? And you go, give me the handsome fella.
Yeah.
And that's the haircut he
You
has.
know the haircut where it's like sort of, it's like a little long, but like combed to the side, like I don't know.
It's just a
got
standard,
a nice part.
it's very common haircut.
It's very common.
Is it like my haircut?
Yeah, sort of like yours.
Like,
yeah.
I have,
but
like,
you know
the
when you
part-
gel it nice and it
You
looks
saying
good.
I'm a handsome fella?
Yeah, handsome fella. You're a handsome fella. You're a handsome
What about
fella.
Chick's haircut? Let's see his.
Well, Chick and me have the same haircut, and I like
Go. Let's go.
Chick's mad because I just shut
I'm
him
not
down.
happy about
Look at
that
him.
one, but go.
What's the matter?
What do you not have?
What are
No,
you sad
no.
about?
Because I made I'm not getting into it. We can talk about it off air.
Can't wait.
But next.
it. So
He was just basically making a joke about you being gay, possibly,
Oh.
again for the 4th time. But I wanted to make a handsome joke,
Well,
a handsome
this
man
guy-
joke haircut that actually applied to what we were talking about.
so what he does.
So Chick's just going to play on his phone and ignore us now.
This
'cause-
is
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
Chick.
it's what you're doing
looking at
right
something.
now.
Chick has gone dark.
You were looking at your phone before. Did I say anything?
Here
No.
he goes. Look,
Chick
he's
went dark.
acting like a kid again.
So-
That's all right.
It's the Taylor Show.
So
Featuring B.
that didn't work out. He goes, let's have a beer. And now we're like looking around the rooms, and he's looking for his next victim.
Oh, good. So he's getting back on the horse.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, man, that's the way it is. It's a numbers game. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I don't talk to anybody. So he spots another girl in the corner. He goes, see her? She's by herself. I mean, by the way, this is how creepy guys are. This is why women should be on high
this
alert
is why
all
they
the
shouldn't
time.
go out at all.
Yes.
Right.
Dude, it's like hunting.
Not that he's doing anything
It's like
bad.
hunting. She's broken free from the pack, and now
Yes.
she's easy prey, is what he's saying.
So
it's bad
this
news.
guy walks over,
by
and
herself.
as soon as he walks over, her boyfriend comes out from the taco truck with like tacos, and he immediately, like it was one of these moves where he went to sit down and his ass never even touched the pavement. He's like,
he got right back.
and had to leave.
That's so great.
So
That's
then-
what you should have got the picture of.
We hung out for like I had to go, and then we hung out for another 15 minutes. But he still had to do one more thing in his list of 3. He had to get somebody's phone number. And here I am to supply that. Who am I to not grant a man his 3rd wish?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I gave him my phone number, and the other night he actually texted me.
He texted you.
He texted me. So
What did he say?
I'll bring it up. I didn't save his number.
Wait, do you have it still then?
Yeah, it's right here. He texted me Friday actually, and no, I'm sorry. He just texted me Thursday. He goes, "Hey, dude, what are you doing tomorrow?" I didn't respond. How about I respond right now? What do you guys say?
You didn't respond to him at all because you were busy, or you don't want to talk to him?
No,
He barely responds to us.
I was in an open micer, so
yeah, that's true. Chick, he barely does respond to us
Yeah,
because he's always busy driving.
I'm
open
driving,
mics, whatever.
man.
You're
Last
busy
night
guy.
I'm saying.
Last night I was driving and I was looking. I talked to you last night.
Yeah, I know.
I had a
That's what-
4-hour drive to Jersey.
So what I'm wondering is, would you feel comfortable? Did you guys spend enough time together? You like, you know what, this guy's kind of cool. I'd go to that bar again and hang out with him.
Yeah.
and maybe even be his hookup coach again, and
Right.
his motivation,
his mentor.
Yeah, his mentor.
Yeah.
I mean, basically,
I am a terrible hookup coach.
You're gonna have to go into the bedroom with this guy if he ever does seal the
All
deal.
right. Oh God.
So it's as a hookup coach, you sound basically like the swimming coach that throws the newborn into the water,
Yes.
and basically it's like sink or swim.
and then
you either
laugh.
learn to swim or you die.
and then talk about it on a podcast. Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's
then
the kind
mock them
of
and-
that's the kind of hookup coach I am.
Yeah, send him a text right now. Send him a text.
All right, what should I say?
I don't know. Chick, you're good
What
at
did
this.
he write to you last?
Hey, dude, what are you doing tomorrow? This is 2 days ago, so tomorrow has
Tell him,
passed.
sorry I didn't get back to you, buddy. How's things going? Just something start the conversation up again, and then you ask him what he's doing. Like
I'm gonna say what's up.
What's your motivation here?
Let's go. I will
Is your
go hang out with you and this kid. We should go to that bar again.
But you can't mention that
I
we
won't
talked about it on the
mention
podcast.
this. No, I won't do
That's
that to
exactly you read
I
my
won't
mind.
do that.
Because I think we were talking maybe me and you should go to this place.
Yeah, let's bring him.
Let's go on
With Cole.
With Cole.
I don't want to go. I'll be at the beach staring
Yeah, you
at,
can-
at the water. guys.
Just stare at the crashing waves.
I'll be staring at seagulls sending subliminal Instagram
Seagulls.
messages to my.
All right, I'm gonna say, what's up,
You
dude?
should have just smoked the
Sorry,
joint. That would have been perfect.
I was
Yeah, I don't do that though.
No, I know. I get it.
I
in
thought about
Jersey.
it. You know what's funny is I actually thought about that in my sobriety. There were times where I thought about maybe I could do the weed smoking thing. You know,
But
and
you'd be like me
I
then.
considered it for a little bit. I will hopefully will never be like you, but I after some consideration and thought and conversations with people about it, my own truth was revealed to myself, which is I really don't think I want to do that. I don't feel like that's.
Hey, I was just busting chops.
But I digress. We're on B texting his
God.
his
Yeah, I know you-
protege,
I
his
know-
dating protege. This guy's learning from the
Make
best,
sure you
isn't he?
save
B?
his number too.
Yeah, I will.
Circle back to episode 3, Socially Awkward, where B documents his interaction with two lovely ladies at a Croxley's Ale House in
And he ran
Farmingdale.
back into them in like episode 8.
Yeah. This is the guy that this protege of
Yes.
yours, this young 22-year-old stallion, is looking up to for advice on how to talk to girls. This
Maybe
guy, the
this
guy from
kid-
episode 3, Socially Awkward.
Yeah.
Maybe this kid will intern. B will help him, and then
And
it
he
will in
helps
turn
me.
help him.
Maybe you never know.
Circle.
And maybe you too.
You'll help
'cause
each
you're
other?
gonna-
No, that's what
Is that
I'm
what you're saying?
He helps this guy, right?
Yeah.
This guy succeeds. Let's say he finds a girl, or whatever,
and
then he, in turn, it brushes back onto B. Like he's like, you know what?
This is a case of the student has become the teacher.
That's right.
Is this what we're talking
That's
about
what
right
it
here?
is?
Yes. More or less.
All right.
Did you
so
text him?
I did text him.
What'd you say?
And it was
Are you going to hang out with him?
it was as long-winded as my stories.
All right. Well, you and Chick go hang out with him, and let me know how it goes. Let us all know how it goes, because we had a segment on the show called "Find Chick a Chick."
Yeah.
It's not dead yet, baby.
It just died. It's
pretty
dead. You really just don't want to let go, do you? Chick, it's dead. Move on. But it could be
That's what I'm saying. It can get
resurrected.
resurrected. You
It could-
never know.
yeah.
Right now, it's dead.
It can come back in a
I
different
may have
form.
a date on Sunday.
Okay. Well, we'll hear
Can
about
we
it.
talk about that? Wait till B is done talking about whatever
I just
want to.
I just want to tell you guys what I said.
No, I want
to
to go
him.
on the date, so I don't want to talk about it until after.
Yeah, let's.
This episode doesn't air until next week,
Yes,
which is the week after your date, so you don't have to worry about
But
that.
we'll hear. Maybe we could hear about this date because we could tell. We could say the date is at one of my comedy shows, right?
Yeah. Oh, were you done with whatever you were saying?
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna read you back the text I sent him and tell me what you guys think.
Something tells me he's going to respond before
What's
the
up?
show's over.
Well, I hope so. That would be what we
Ideal.
want. What's up, dude? Sorry, I was in Jersey. Let's get back to Union Pool sometime. Can't this weekend. Let me know when you're around, huh? How smooth is that?
That's good. Straight to the point.
Right to the point.
That was very smooth. I agree. That was
That was actually better than I thought it was going to come off.
I didn't know that your target goal was to sound smooth.
Yeah.
That's why I keep on saying it.
Since it was, yes, I agree.
You always want to sound smooth, right?
Yeah, I guess smoothness is a thing that you want to carry with you in every interaction throughout life, right?
Well, you know what it is? I'm a hookup
You
coach.
know that Brendan, he's a smooth guy.
Smooth
Real
operator.
Yeah, I love that song.
Smooth operator.
I am
Smooth operator.
I'm a hookup coach now, so you have to do these things. I take my job seriously. I'm helping the youth of America.
You are just you're great. I love you. I love you, B.
I'll
You
leave
know
that
what? I
phone
love you
right there.
guys.
So yeah, let's.
We love
A lot
you.
of
I
love in
you
this room.
guys.
So
Can we do a group hug after the show?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
we should do a group hug picture for the episode.
No, just for us.
Just for us. Real life.
Yeah.
Let's just do a big group
Let's
hug.
just feel it.
Guys, I need it. I need a
Let's
hug.
feel it.
T-Briz needs a hug.
Yeah, T-Breeze does need a hug. You get
T-Breeze.
mad at me before in this episode. We
I'm
bounced
sorry.
back,
Well,
though.
we didn't
Chick,
get
I'm
mad.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
too.
Let me publicly apologize. Sometimes I'm hard on you on the show, and because I think I'm being funny, but really it's because I'm dying on the inside. I'm dying on
Accept
the
your
inside.
apology.
When adult babies get
Mwah.
real.
It's not you, it's me.
It's not you.
Well,
I'm a jerk. I'm just a big jerk.
We're all jerks.
And you
We
know
are.
what? We're gonna hug it out after the show.
We
The
are
three
gonna
of
hug
us.
it
I'm
out.
gonna hug you guys so good.
Ooh.
We're all just trying to.
This show just took a...
I'm gonna hug you guys. Come on, B. Jesus Christ.
This slide whistle is.
Side whistle. We need
This
not
thing
working.
is just a lot better in theory than it is
Yes.
in actuality.
You know what? It'd be better if I just had a slide whistle soundbite.
Yeah,
that I can
we
play.
could do that.
By the time I see you reaching for the slide whistle, I can be
I
hitting
know.
the play button over here.
Sorry.
Anyway, so great
So-
story. I fucking love that. I love this hookup.
Hopefully
on
there'll be
stuff.
follow-up
I
to
hope
that.
you guys go and you guys document the shit out of this. And
Yeah.
So Chick was talking about he's got a date on Sunday. Can
Yes.
we touch on that for
Let's
a minute?
touch on it.
I put that on the side.
Let's not. You know what's funny?
No, I don't. Please tell us.
This lady tells me the night before, whatever. It was during the week this all came about.
You say this lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did this lady say to this boy?
No, she
you.
told me the night before that she doesn't want to date me, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then the next
Understandable.
day she asked me to hang out.
Okay.
So I don't know what this is.
Maybe
on
she
Sunday.
doesn't want to date you, but she's open to the fact of.
See, I don't like that kind of
Hanging out.
stuff because
And
that's
she also
confusing.
pre-warned me not to try and kiss her.
So she wants to be friends, is what she's saying. She wants a friend who's a guy.
But-
is that misleading? Because does she want a fuck buddy?
I don't know what the hell's going on in her head.
The only reason I'm saying this is an assumption for
Sounds
the,
like
for
she
the
needs a
people.
hookup coach.
Right. For the
what?
Sounds like she needs a hookup coach.
Yes. For the people listening, this is an assumption based on the two sentences he just said.
Right.
This is an assumption based on stories I've been hearing from him on the regular.
Me you're
And-
talking about?
Yeah,
Oh,
you've been
yeah.
this is the same one you've been talking
yes,
about, right?
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
I've been getting from your stories, even though I will also say I'm only getting your side of the
That's
story.
true.
But in my
That's
defense,
true.
you get screenshot texts, so you see both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say it sounds
But-
like mixed signals to me. I have trouble
Exactly.
figuring out
I don't know
what
what's
she
going
wants
on.
out of you. And does she listen to this podcast?
I don't know.
Well, she has in the past, right?
Then I'll
She's
refrain.
listened, and she told me once that she listened and she just thought it was weird.
Well, thank you for that.
And then I don't know.
You sent the screenshot of that to us.
Yes,
actually.
yeah. And
Yeah.
So I
She's
don't
like, "What's with
know.
all the weird fucking baby avatars?
Yeah,
The baby
exactly.
pictures?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So I don't know what I honestly.
Does she say
usually I'm fairly good at reading them, and I have no idea what's going on in her head.
yeah.
Because I said, I thought you didn't want to hang out. She goes, no, I didn't mean it like that. Just like,
Well-
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what happens.
My
Yeah.
comedy
maybe,
shows.
Maybe she likes playing games.
She said, "We'll go see your boo boo," referring to B.
I got to say something though. My comedy
That's what
shows.
she
Yeah, I'm
called
the
it. She
I'm
black?
boo boo.
No, she's Cuban.
"Ooh, a Cuban."
Yeah.
My comedy shows have.
No, if I didn't mean to
started a lot
sound
of
racist
love.
there either.
No, I
I'm not
know.
racist.
No, you were a little racist.
I love black people.
Yep. My comedy shows.
Why does that sound more racist than the thing I said before? How does that?
I just turned around and looked at B like, "Oh, what are you saying?"
You know what's saying something like "I love black people" sounds more racist than asking because she said "boo boo." Is she black?
That's an edit.
Jesus Christ! I need to learn how to keep my fucking mouth shut.
Yeah,
That's all I need to do.
We're not all right, B. Next.
No, I was just.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
God.
A lot of my comedy shows, love has started at them. I've always said this. There's been marriages that have come out of my comedy shows. There's been long-term relationships. Like it's a good like date place to be around, like, because you're around other friends. You don't really have to talk to anybody. You have a mutual thing to look at. So it's always good. Like I always tell my friends, like, hey, if you're starting to see somebody, go on a date, comedy show. You help me out, and also it's a good date place, I think.
Part of me thinks she just wants to go on this date to reiterate the fact of the last time that it didn't work out, that she was correct.
That would be hilarious.
The last time that didn't work out, you two have a history together?
Yeah, you don't remember? I told you I hung out with this girl about 3 years ago, maybe.
I do, but to talk about it for the podcast. It's my setup so you can talk about it.
That's true. I need somebody to push me a little bit in the right direction.
Yeah.
So anyway, I talked to her briefly for like maybe a couple months when I lost my job at Sherwin-Williams. So I wasn't in a good place at that point. I was obviously blatantly obvious. Like I told her the truth. I got arrested out of my job, and I'm a disaster. But we still went out. We kissed. You know what? That's why I think she's pre-warning me on this one. But then, like, I just don't know what's going on in her head.
Let me ask you some questions.
Yeah, please.
How many questions?
Yeah, because that was a lot
for you and her both.
I don't know what that story was, kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
The one thing I picked up out of that was you were a disaster. And you kissed her and it didn't work out, and it has something to do with you being a disaster or something. I don't know. So.
I just heard you say I was fired. I got taken away in cuffs, and then I kissed her, and now we're talking again. And she told me never to kiss her again.
So were you guys?
I don't think there's mixed signals here. I don't think she likes you.
Now, when you the last time you were hanging out, would you say you two were considered a couple? Were you dating?
No. I was very beginning stages of dating.
Beginning stages of dating. You went on actual dates.
Went out on one date, sort of. We went out to get drinks and
not
eating.
Dates plural. You went out on one date.
And then one night I did a little nice gesture, and I brought her some Thanksgiving Day feast because she was working.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
How soon was that after the first date?
A week.
So you went on a date, and then a week later you showed up at work with Thanksgiving stuff for her.
I didn't just show up, but yes.
Well, what did you do then?
I talked. She knew I was coming.
And then you showed up.
Yeah, I thought you meant it like a creepy, just like popped in.
It's just because you take things so personally. I can't even say you showed up at the feast.
There was a text message involved, and I drove. I didn't just appear.
Right. Jesus.
Okay.
All right. So you showed up with the feast.
You even put yourself off track.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, she sidelines his own stories. All right, so I'm trying to organize this thing to get some sort of idea. So how did the Thanksgiving feast go? Did you eat with her? Was it just you and her, or was there other employees involved?
No, it was her and our other coworker sort of was over there. But yeah, she ate it and she enjoyed it, and it was
Would you get Boston Market?
No, my family's like
homemade leftovers.
Yeah. It was actual Thanksgiving. I was talking to her during the day.
She worked on Thanksgiving.
She's a nurse, so yeah, they're always crazy hours. She didn't have a chance.
So she's looking to find somebody to take care of.
And you told her you were coming. Hey, I'm going to bring Thanksgiving stuff, and you ate with her.
Yeah.
And now, was this the end? Was this like the last? Was there a conversation that happened at some point where she said to you, "Okay, listen, I see what you're trying to do here, and I'm going to stop you.
It was more...
Stop bringing me leftovers at work."
Well, you guys know how I'm an aggressive
The relationship
individual.
turned sour during the stuffings.
Right. She goes, "Listen,
this isn't working.
We got to talk." And Chick's like, "What? I'm sorry, the cranberry sauce is a little sour." And she goes, No. This relationship is sour."
No, we did a lot of texting, and a lot of things got lost in communication. So she thought I...
Hold on. He's just a stone guy rambling about something.
I'm not rambling. I was gonna give you more.
We did a lot of texting. What does that mean? And things got lost in the communication.
So, because on text, some things come out differently. Like I was going to finish explaining.
This is what I'm going to say. No, because I'm on texting. What were you texting about?
That's what I'm talking about. You won't let me finish my next sentence.
I'm asking you. Answer.
We would just text. Yeah, hey, how's it going? What are you up to? Just no BS.
You got lost in that?
No. But
I asked her how it was going, and she never wrote back, and it was like the whole thing fell apart.
He's not letting me finish.
Because you're over there making up a fake story. That's what I feel like. When Chick is bullshitting,
Taylor thinks it's a fake story.
When Chick is bullshitting, he has trouble getting the facts out.
We're not
I'm
gonna
not getting
give us the
trouble. You won't let
facts.
me finish.
we're
Give
not
us
gonna
the
interrupt
facts.
you. We promise.
All right, go ahead.
We would text and be like, hey.
All right.
All
So
We
go
would
ahead.
text
We gotta
being
get rid
like,
of
hey, how's it going? What are you up to? What are you doing? Things like that. And then occasionally, because of her schedule, it was all off, even like her sleeping, I would send a text, won't hear back for a little bit, and then, whatever down the line, I'd be like, what's up again? She took it as me, like, if I wrote, hey, how are you? And then, like, 10 hours went past or something like, or next day.
Talking to the mic. Come on.
And then the next day comes up.
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, hey, must have been busy yesterday. What's going on? Like, I know she had a weird
Oh, you do a
schedule.
follow-up text?
Yeah, well, we're not, it would be like the next day. She took that as me getting annoyed that she didn't respond. And it
How do you know this? She said this to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Or she said it to you or texted it to you? Did you get
Texted
a
it
text
to me.
5 hours later like, hey, why haven't you written back to me yet?
It wasn't. I never wrote of that, though. It would be like, oh, you must have been busy just seeing how things are going again.
Which she was ignoring you?
Yes, that's what I was saying.
No, you said she was getting annoyed because you weren't writing her back.
No, because he was. You know how he does this to us too. Like if you don't respond, he doesn't. He because you're bored. A lot of times you're bored.
Sometimes.
So like when somebody doesn't get back to you right away,
Yes.
he follows up like, oh, what's going on? How come you didn't respond to me?
But I wouldn't even really do it to that extent. It would just be the next day. And you were probably busy yesterday. How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
And she would took that as me being like taking a shot, like you didn't.
Well, you're
respond to
doubling
me.
up on how's it goings.
Well, whatever,
How do you
yeah.
know she took it like that? She
Because
said,
she told
what would
me.
she say to you then after
Well,
that?
she would say, I have work. I can't always respond, and I was like, I know.
She
aware of
texted
that.
it to you like
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Then
yeah,
why
yeah.
why do you say it in that voice as if she's angry about it and not just explaining it like, oh, I have work and I was busy, so sorry I didn't get back to you?
She works a long shift. She can't get back to you right away. So
Yeah.
she'll get back to you.
Exactly.
Right. But I could see how that could be annoying.
Exactly, and I get it. And I'm not saying I was perfectly right or whatever, but we wound up having a falling out because of this.
Okay,
Wow.
and what did this falling out involve?
What did
Give
you
us
Her
the
say?
taking
details.
shots at me about me getting arrested from the job and living at home, and I wound up taking shots at her from things that she told me. I'm not getting into details. And
So you two basically just started insulting each other back
Yeah,
and
pretty
forth?
much.
You guys
Yeah.
sound perfect for each other.
exactly. So yeah, we did. We pretty much insulted each other back and forth.
This is after one date and a Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but it was going on for maybe like a month and a half, 2 months. We worked texting back and forth or whatever. So yeah, eventually this happened. So then we stopped talking. That was it. I haven't talked to her since. And then she hit me up the other day. And then we just started talking again.
Just can you stop pulling the mic away from
I
your
use
mouth?
my hands. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Use
Stop
one hand.
using your
I know
hands.
it's a habit.
Learn
I
how
use
to
my
hold the
hands when I
mic.
talk.
Well, stop it. Stop it.
Use my hands
If it
when
was
I
that easy to
talk.
just stop, you just saying stop it doesn't make it that much easier.
Yes,
But anyway.
because
You were doing so well for a little while.
you
and-
were
and
doing
then-
I
good.
was.
What happened?
Because when I'm talking, I don't know. What do I tell you?
How about this? Stop explaining it as in I use my hands and say, oh, you know what? I should try to stop using my hands.
Yes.
Because we're doing a podcast here, chick.
But I enjoy using my hands, but I will try and stop. But anyway.
B, what do we do about
So
this?
now I don't
don't
even
know.
know where we're at. We
have
just
to-
started talking
I
again,
do.
and now we're
so
up to Sunday.
B,
We have to tape his hands up. We have to tape his mouth up.
But
so
now
this
after
is what I hear out of
now
this.
Now she
B,
listens tonight. We probably won't even have that tomorrow.
Well, this
how many times do we have to say this episode
this
airs
won't be
next
up.
week?
This is
Oh,
why
this
it's
is
going to
true,
be
that's
perfect.
right.
Don't fuck.
So we're gonna have a recap after. So now you guys are going on this date.
I don't even know if it's a date, but we're going out to
Okay,
your
well,
comedy
you guys
show
are
on
gonna-
Honestly,
Sunday.
to me, it sounds like a date.
Yeah.
You're going to a
By the
comedy
way-
show, just the two of you?
Yeah.
Did you buy her ticket or she
No,
paid
I
for
did.
it?
I had to buy the tickets.
Don't say that.
It's a
Who
date
gave
that
you the
I'm.
money as soon
It's
as
a
we
date
walked
that
in
I'm
today?
paying for.
Beast paid for the two of you to go to his show.
Now you could be like, who gave you that money before for that? What was that money?
Who's going to
for?
pay for the 2-item minimum? Because last time we went to a show, that was me who had to pay for your
Oh, I'll
2-item
pay for it.
minimum.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it this time.
Oh. Look
Wait,
at you.
I think you were low with money too.
Listen, if it's not a date, don't pay.
When?
Don't pay for
On
her
this,
stuff.
they're 15 each.
Make her
I gave
pay.
you fucking $40 and you gave me $10 back. It's
Oh,
$30.
sorry.
Listen, if it's not
Are
a,
you trying to like air me
Listen.
out? I paid for the ticket.
All right.
if it's not a date, don't pay for her stuff.
Ooh.
Are you paying for her stuff?
We didn't even get there yet. I was planning on it. Yeah, probably.
What,
Don't.
you gonna
Why
buy
are
her
you
some
planning on
mozzarella
it? She's already sending you all these signals about it's not a date and it's this and it's that. So don't pay for her stuff. And if she says, "How come you're not paying for me?" You say, "Because you said it's not a date. We're just friends." And when I go to the show with my friends, they usually pay for me.
Yeah.
So if anything,
Yes.
you should be paying for me.
Yeah, so if anything-
and if she questions that, say call my friend tbriz. He'll tell you.
He paid for me
because
last
last time me
He'll
and him
give
went
you
to
the
go see B,
rundown.
he paid for all my food.
I would love to see you guys like Lady in the Tramp style, but with a mozzarella stick, like both in your mouth, and it's just a long string of cheese.
She's gonna go on that Sunday, and that's it. We have a good time, and then she's gonna listen to this and be like, "You're a dick, like I thought you were."
No,
I think she already knows you're a
I
dick.
mean,
but
yeah.
based
She
on your
actually
last
told me once that she
interactions.
thought I was too nice for her,
okay.
but I think I'm the biggest piece of shit, so
You
I
know
don't
what?
understand that.
At the risk of
You're
her
not a
actually
piece of
listening
shit.
to
You're a good
this,
guy.
at the risk of her actually listening to this, and she sounds like a head case to me. I'm sorry if she's listening right now. I'm sorry if she listens to this.
Really helping me out here, Taylor.
Well, here's your chance to defend her. I mean,
Yeah.
Not a head case.
okay, that's it. That's it.
Fucking Prince Charming in
Sounds
his
like it. I
iron
mean,
suit.
Jeez. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not sitting.
Nobody
on my,
here is perfect.
Yeah,
Nobody here is
You know
perfect.
what?
Nobody. This is.
I'm a fucking head case myself, guys. We at the beginning of the episode, I talked about myself sitting at the beach staring at boats.
yes.
I've been very intrigued
doing
about
crazy
this whole
shit.
thing anyway. So we'll
This
see
is a
how it goes.
podcast of imperfections.
Yeah, that's
but-
a best of luck situation, and we got to talk about it.
I
on the
can't wait
next
for the
episode.
follow up now. Like,
And
And what I love is B's gonna get to meet her and talk to her.
yes.
And as your friend, I truly do hope that you have a good time, that you have fun, and if something does happen romantically, I hope it's that the both of you are very happy
Yeah.
with it. So why I wish
Chick, you are a
nothing
good
but
guy.
genuine
you've got
positivity.
you've got your things, but you're a good guy when it comes down to it. Stop putting yourself down.
I'm not putting myself down.
I'm a
I'm
piece
what
of
I am.
shit.
Yeah, I know what it is. What it is.
But you're a good guy. Just own
People
that.
I like, but if I don't like you or I don't know you that much, I'm pretty much an asshole.
All right, but you do know her.
You don't
so
have to be that way either. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I don't mind. Like, it is what it is.
Why, you
Sometimes
like
it's
it?
easier to not be an asshole, though.
Yeah.
Like, what's the worst to just like be like, hey, be nice to somebody?
I think he's about to have a seizure right now. Did you see his face? His eyes started twitching. His face started.
Nice.
He started to get a
No, it's like-
sweat stain on his nipple.
I get it. It's not like I go out of my way. I just can't get past certain things that make me feel certain ways. Like
Yeah.
if somebody does something and it really bothers me.
If somebody wrongs you
I
or
can't.
you feel wronged, you can't
Exactly.
get over it.
Yeah.
You can't just be
And
like,
you already know from what happened the other day. We won't even get into that. I'm still not over
you
that
can't.
text. And I won't be over that.
I understand that. It's called character defects.
It's
we're human beings, and we all have them, and we have tons of them.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's good or right
And it
or wrong.
actually circles back to what we were talking about at the beginning of this episode, which is as humans, we feel feelings, but we have this defense mechanism
Sure
in
do.
our brain, and it defends us from it. Now, back when we were more like animalistic and we needed to survive, there were parts of our brain that helped us in survival,
Yes.
and we reacted with instinct. And if we felt danger, it was a fight or flight. Run from it or stand and fight it.
Yeah.
And adrenaline, and it would kick in. But now we've become these social creatures with intellect and self-awareness, and those other abilities have adapted into these things that now we're not protecting ourselves from the dangers of a fucking bear attacking us. The things that make us feel danger or make us feel those feelings that are hurtful or painful or that we want to fight or flight is human interaction.
Yeah.
Somebody
It's
else's words can hurt
it.
me, and I don't want to feel hurt. So what's my reaction to that? Fight or flight, or to just feel it, and like you can fight it, or you can run from it for survival. Those are survival instincts that have evolved, and then there's just feeling it and thinking about it and using the intellectual part of the brain to try to figure out the actions that got me into that situation that make me feel this way. Am I responsible for them in some way, and can I avoid this situation in the future? Or am I just going to live the rest of my life in fight or flight?
yeah. That's
Wow.
that's
Woo!
guys.
much?
We
wow.
This is the deepest we've ever been in this podcast.
It's fucking
this
deep,
is good.
dude.
I like this.
I'm telling you that the 3 hours I spent at the beach last night
Really fucking helped
But
him out.
look, your mind is like so open now. You're like a you're like a vessel of knowledge.
You know what?
I wouldn't go that far.
Just because someone's angry though, or and things bother them, doesn't always necessarily mean that it's their. I mean, I get it. I have a lot of faults, and I'm not saying whatever, but you're not always wrong or it's your fault. If just because you're angry,
I'd say the majority of the time, both parties have a part in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly. Yeah, fair enough.
And in those situations, both parties
Make it worse.
don't want to look at their own part in it.
And
they
that-
want to look at the other person's part of it. And both people are sitting across the table from each other, pointing the finger
Yes.
at each other. Because that's the easy. I think that's
Instead
part of
of-
survival instinct is, well, you did this. Well, you did that. Oh, yeah, well, you did this. Well, you did that. And if one person just steps back and goes, you know what? I don't fucking care what that person did to me anymore. Let me just think about what I did, and then I can fix my part in this going forward
Well,
for
that's-
me. Because the focus is off the other person at that point. You know what? Fuck them. They're
My
mad at me.
thing-
Good. Be mad at
That's
me. I'm
them.
mad at them. Why? What am I mad about?
What do you get out of it?
Let me just think of how to take that situation and grow from it and move on. What? You getting a phone call?
Just shutting it on silent.
That type
it's
of
all
thing.
about self-reflection and
But
Self-reflection.
I'll take it. Like I know I'm an asshole.
but you react.
I know. I do react
right away.
I do
And you-
react right away.
And you have to
And
learn.
I'm not. It's not a good thing. But what I'm saying is, I'm never gonna be like, oh, I'm not this or I know what I am.
Yeah.
I just sometimes I'm just like,
This is the thing too. That's a dangerous statement. I know what I am.
do we all?
Do we actually know what we are? I don't, because that was part of my reflection last
Yeah.
night. I spent a lot of my life thinking I know exactly who I am at this moment, and then a year later I look back at that person and say,
yeah.
man, I had no idea what I was because I thought one thing, but I acted another thing. My thoughts, the power of this brain can convince me that I'm something that I'm not. And it's only until I look back at my actions and say, well, I thought I was this type of person, but then look at how I acted.
Yeah.
I didn't act like the person I thought I was. I acted like something else. And that's like being, you know what? Can I be perfectly honest with myself? You know what? Can I be perfectly honest with you guys
what
about
a beautiful
this?
way to bring it back.
You know, can I be perfectly honest with you?
Please
It's
be.
it's hard to be honest, and it's hard to look at ourselves from a non-biased, outside, third-person point of view, because I want to look at myself and say, I'm great, I'm good. Everything I do is fine. You know, fuck, they're wrong. That person's wrong. This person's wrong. It's me, because what's going on in my bubble, in my head, is easy for me to just maintain my defense by telling myself and whatever I want to hear and justifying to myself and believing it. But if I want to sit alone one day and shut off everybody else and actually look at myself and open myself up to, what did I really do? What did I do? What am I doing wrong, and how do I fix it? It's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's
I
not.
just
It's
think
not. People
I
don't
do
just
think-
change overnight. They spend
Yeah.
years working on themselves. But I think that's step one, is just starting to get honest. Look at yourself. Take responsibility for your actions. And
I think
you
I
can't
act like
just
an asshole, and I am an
Life in
See,
general.
that's the thing, is you're accepting yourself the way you are, and you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Chicks, there's people that do that. I accept myself. You're like, sorry to use that voice.
I accept myself.
You know, there's people that just accept it. Like, you know what? I have an eating problem. I'm 500 pounds overweight, but fuck it. I accept myself, and I
who I
love
am.
myself for who I am. And it's like, okay, that's great. You found a way to live with your weight problem. That's probably going to kill you in 5 years. I'm talking
Yeah.
about some theoretical
Yeah,
person
I
in
gotcha.
one situation that relates to this
I gotcha.
topic. But if this person wanted to take a good hard look at themselves and be honest and say, well, what's with that eating problem? Why do you have it? Where's it rooted in? What are you running from? Your eating problem, you're running from something with the food. You're
There's
turning
always
to the
something
food to cover up something. Get to the thing. Figure out what it is and try to help yourself.
Got to do this more often. Dylan.
Yeah, but you can't force people to do that, because you know what helps that person? I know, because I drank for a long time and I drank and I used drugs, and I was running from stuff. I didn't want to feel feelings. I didn't want to live. I wanted to do things the way I was doing them, and nobody else could tell me otherwise.
Oh yeah.
But I look at that person now, and that person thought, fuck everybody else. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. It was only until my life was falling apart that I said, I need to change something about myself. I need help. I can't even do this alone anymore. I need help. And I start listening to people, and then I start looking at myself. I realize one thing. Actually, yeah, one thing that I'm fucked up. I'm a human being. We're all fucked up.
Is right.
But you know what? You're able to. It's great that you were able to see that. Most people don't. Most people don't get to that point.
It takes a bottom, and it takes a low bottom for some people, and so I don't know. I can't explain it. Why are we getting so deep on this episode?
I don't know. I was letting you philosophize.
Philosophize, dude. Is that the episode title?
Philosophize.
Episode 22. Philosophize.
Adult babies philosophize.
Adult babies philosophies.
Wait, no, what was the other one I liked the name of that I said? Was that the last episode? I think this is one big episode.
Can
today.
I be honest, or
can I be perfectly honest?
You have to be perfectly honest.
Anything you want to say about that, guys? Because I need to shut up my fucking mouth over here. I'm just rambling.
I'm gonna let you go.
I think it's really it's good what you said, and it's helpful. I think it'll be helpful to people to hear that.
Chick just wants to laugh.
It's good. It's good to talk about this stuff.
It is
everybody's going through.
Anybody at any point in their lives, if they feel like they have reached this level of where they don't need self-improvement, that their life is fine, that everything is fine, I just think that is
ignorant.
Man, I don't have the word for it, but yeah, it could be a level of ignorance. Maybe they're just comfortable. There's a positive way of saying it. They're comfortable with who they are, and they don't want to change. Chick, he says, I'm an asshole. I don't fucking care. All right, so you must be comfortable with that. But if you realize that maybe, say one day you wake up and you say, you know what, I'm really actually not comfortable with this, and I'm in denial, and I'm lying to myself, and I need to start taking a good hard look at myself and figure out what I can do and do some action. Like, that's what I'm trying, and it's hard. It's not fucking easy. I am a stubborn fucking person.
No.
But you can see, you know your faults. You know, it's good. I like this episode. This
you do? I feel like I need to edit all this out.
No,
I like
this needs to
Me
go
and Taylor
away.
almost got into an argument right on there, and then this. It's a good episode,
guys.
I like it.
We need a group hug. This is even more of a reason for a group hug.
Yeah.
Let's just end this out with a big family hug.
I like the fact when we have an issue where we almost fight and it's awkward on air, and people have to listen to our awkward silence.
That's good, but we could talk through it. We were able to talk through it.
We did. We got right back on the horn, and everything was fine.
See, look at you. You're already taking that as a defense thing. Like, oh, we did. Oh, I'm agreeing.
I feel like no matter what I say, you guys take it as defensive.
Yeah, well, you know, we have to.
Guys, can I be?
You're the heel.
Can I be perfectly honest?
Can you let me say it? Can you let me be the one who says that?
No, I wanted to laugh at you for saying it.
Oh God.
Guys, can I be perfectly honest with you? I think it's time to end the episode.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I think it's time.
I got to apologize to the listeners for anybody who just was turned off by all that deep...
our therapy session.
Yeah, our therapy session here.
You know
Maybe
what? We're not the only ones that need to hear that stuff, though.
Yeah.
Other people do.
All people who listen to this show are probably just as fucked up as we are.
People in general in life just need to talk less and listen more. So
yeah, you're right. Anybody who's going through anything out there right now, let's just say that our hearts are with you.
We're all with you guys.
And we're with you guys. Anybody going through anything, we're all in this human condition. Yeah. We all suffer from this human condition of imperfection, and we understand. Hang in there, people.
Piss you off, just write them off.
Hang in there. And you know what? Listen to our show. Hopefully it'll make you laugh and feel better.
Yeah.
Right?
We're here with you. Hey, I had a great time with you guys this week.
Yeah, I did too.
Right. Yeah,
I love you guys.
Good times. Yeah,
love you guys.
So great.
I love you guys. Big
fun.
group hugs.
So
big group
sweet.
hugs afterwards.
I love you guys.
Thanks for listening. www.adultbabyshow.com.
Sweating again.
Actually, go on our Instagram. He's got some pit stains going on.
Big one today.
Yeah.
Go on our Instagram.
Got hot today.
That's what happens when you talk about coal.
Yeah, guys, go on our Instagram and go look for the flyer that we have up there for the Croxley's. Brendan's doing some stand-up at Croxley's in August. Go check out the flyer and buy tickets to that event. Tell your friends about the show. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We love it. Thank you so much for listening. And we are out.
We love you.
Love you guys.
Review, comment, email. Peace.